This video will go over some of the basic font formatting features within Microsoft Excel. The ribbons in Excel, beginning in Excel 2007 and continued into Excel 2010 and 2013, are broken into groups. So right now we're on the Home ribbon, and you can see this is the Clipboard group. This is the Font group. This is the Alignment group. This is the Number group, etc. So for the text formatting, we're generally going to be here in the Font group on the Home ribbon. You can see down here in cell A11 I've typed the word text. So we'll play with this word test for a little bit. Okay, so some basic things. Here's the font shape. The default font is Calibra. I could change it. As I roll my mouse over the various fonts, you'll see it actually change. Let's go ahead and change the size first. The default size is 11. I'm going to go ahead and make that about a 28-point font. That way when I come over here to the font shape, I can actually see it a little larger. I'm going to go down and pick something strange like here, Chiller. These two icons, I kind of feel, have no real purpose. They increase or decrease your font. So you can see each time I click it, it goes a little larger, a little larger, a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller. What it's actually doing is going through these items here in the drop down. So for example, if it was 8 point, each time I hit this A with the up arrow, it's going to go from 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 to 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, etc. The exact numbers that are in the drop down, and the one with the down arrow reverses it. Like I said, I don't really see any purpose in these two icons because you can always go to the drop down and select from there. Similar to your other Microsoft products, this is bold, italic, and underline. And in the more recent versions, there's a drop down next to the underline. The only choices you have in Excel are single or double underline. This is your cell borders. It's questionable whether or not it should even be in the font group, but that's where it is because this actually has to do with the formatting of a cell. You can put a bottom border, top border, left border, right border, etc. There's all kinds of borders. And if you go into more borders, it'll actually open up the dialog box. This bucket is going to fill the cell. Usually you want to fill it with a lighter color. And the A with the red bar underneath it is going to allow me to actually change the color of the text. Maybe I'll go with purple, bold, with a peach background. So if there are very few commands that are not actually on the ribbon itself, but like other programs, the bottom right hand corner has a dialog box launcher, and in the dialog box itself, it's going to open the Format Cells dialog box. I'm on the font part of it. You can see really the only choices that are not in icons on the ribbon are the strike through, the superscript, and the subscript. The font, the style, the size, the color, and the underline are all on the ribbon itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm just going to delete that out of there. And so what you'll likely see is that an entire row is selected. Here I've clicked on the row number 1. So I've selected A1, B1, and the rest of row 1. That way any formatting that I apply is applied to the entire row. I'm simply going to do bold, underline, and maybe I'll change the color of it to a red. Because I formatted the entire row, if I then come over here to C1 and I type commission, you notice that it's formatted identically to A1 and B1, again because I selected the entire row when I began. So that's how you do basic text formatting in Excel.